Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at 8 things you can do to cure boredom in Clash of Clans. So, sometimes after you've been playing for a while, you can start to get bored with the game and you want something to spice it up a bit. So, I'm going to give you guys 8 things that you can do to make the game a bit more interesting again. This is especially helpful when your heroes are upgrading, like my Archer Queen is. That's what inspired me to make this video because it's really boring when your queen is down, or your king for that matter too. Sometimes it's really just frustrating and you really don't feel like playing. So these are some things that you can do to cure boredom. So let's get right into number one. So this first idea is pretty basic, but it's definitely one of the most popular and well-known ideas, is that you should try out some new army compositions. So what I mean by this is, if you're bored, instead of just going with the usual army compositions that you normally use, try to add something different into them to spice them up a little bit. So I'm using a Lunian army right now, which I usually use when my queen is upgrading, but that gets a little bit boring after a while. So what I did is I switched out one of my rage spells and added a freeze in there just to see what it'll do and how it'll work out. So I don't know, it hasn't worked very well, so I might change that up. But if you're feeling bored, just make up some new army compositions. It's definitely a fun thing to do, and it's cool to go try them out and see how they actually work. Now, this next one we have is pretty immature, but it's definitely fun to do if you're feeling bored. So, this one is, you should design a troll base and try it out against either random attackers or put it up for challenge against your clan and see how it holds up, because it's definitely really fun to design troll bases and see noobs get fooled by them. So it's really fun, and you can share the replays with your clan. It's really definitely a cool thing to do. So if you're ever feeling bored, design a new troll base, and it's pretty fun to play around with. So coming up on the third idea we have is to do a small trophy push. So what I've done in the past when my queen is upgrading is I just use this Lunian army to push trophies into Masters League. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's definitely something fun to do. So if I were you, I would definitely consider doing a small trophy push when your heroes are upgrading. So the fourth item we have on this list is the builder base. The builder base is not super fun because it's not as important as your main base. There's no clan wars in it, but it's definitely fun to do if you're bored because troops train super quickly, so you don't have to worry about training time that much. And while you're playing on your builder base, you can be waiting for your troops to train up in your normal base. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of the builder base. If you're really bored and looking for something pretty fun to do, you can always use clan games if they're available to you. So clan games are not always available because sometimes they're just not going on. But when they are going on, it's definitely fun to participate in them, and you'll get rewards out of it too, so it's not like you're just wasting your time. So clan games are really fun and definitely a thing to look out for. And if you max out your points in clan games, then you can start a second account. So this is going to lead us into our sixth thing, which is starting a second account. If you're bored with your first account, consider starting a second account, especially now that Supercell ID is out. It's really easy to switch between accounts, and it's definitely a good idea to start a second account. So if you don't know how to use Supercell ID, I made a video on that, I think 2 days ago. So I'll post a card to Flash. If you haven't seen that already, definitely check it out. It's really important and useful. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. And let's get right into the 7th. So by now you're getting really bored with the game. You have 880 troops donated, 2,000 received, 264 attacks won, and 20 defenses won, and the season is only halfway over. So you're really bored, you don't know what to do. So what I would do is go into the achievements and see what you haven't completed yet and start completing those. So there's tons of achievements you can complete, and it's really worthwhile to complete some of them because you can get tons of gems from completing them also. And once you're finished with the normal base, there's a whole new set in the builder base. So isn't that wonderful? So there's so many things you can do for achievements, and they're definitely a fun way to pass the time if none of these other ideas worked. So this last idea is going to come as a surprise for some of you guys, and some of you guys are going to say it's super obvious. This last idea is to put the game down and go outside or go do things with your family and friends. And I know that some of you are saying, what? I can't put it down. But you can, trust me, just put it down and go do something in the community. Go um, pick up a new hobby. If you want to join an adult bingo league, go ahead if that's your thing. If you want to go play some sports, go ahead if that's your thing. But everybody needs a break from the game sometimes, and definitely make sure that it's not taking over your life. So that's what I'm going to end the video off with. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and comment what your favorite method is that I shared with you guys today. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.